Everybody, we're getting ready to leave San Diego. Leaving Brian and Michelle, Caden and Jackson's house. Had a great visit here, but it's time to start heading east. When we left San Diego, we headed east on Interstate 8, and that took us up through a mountain pass just east of El Cajon, and passed into the desert and went by a town called El Centro. And when we got to El Centro, the temperature was 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Quite a difference from our lovely weather in San Diego. But the other thing we saw was the border wall just south of I-8 as we were eastbound. Soon after we crossed into Arizona, we made the decision and headed north on Route 95 towards our spot at a Harvest Host there in Chino Valley, but the route up 95 took us past a very famous RV mecca in the wintertime called Quartzsite. By the time we got there, it was 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and everybody had left town, or just about everybody had left town. But it was a very scenic drive up through Arizona, heading north towards Chino Valley. As I said, Chino Valley, we stayed at Newell Farm, which is one of the Harvest Host places, and enjoyed a very beautiful sunset. The next morning, we got up, got everything together, and started heading north towards Cottonwood RV Park in Bluff, Utah. And it was a scenic drive, but across part of the Navajo Indian Reservation. And what a desolate piece of real estate this is. But partway up through there, we stopped alongside the road, and I had a short, brief conversation with a native Navajo, and it was an enjoyable time. Got up the next morning and checked and decided to continue our travel east, and made the decision to go to Alamosa, Colorado. I was there when I was a teenager with my family, but partway out of town there, we came across a group of horses that were either free range or truly wild horses. And you can see Vicky taking pictures here. It was very enjoyable watching them cross the road. But the route took us through part of the Ute Indian Reservation and alongside a river valley, and they had done a lot of irrigation, and instead of seeing nothing but brown, we saw a good bit of green, and continued that drive. As we drove east, the clouds started increasing, and after that we had some rain, and went through a town called Pagosa Springs. And not too far after we went through Pagosa Springs, we started climbing a mountain pass. It's called Wolf Creek Pass. It's 10,850 some feet tall. And partway up this mountain pass, we tried a chance of boondocking, drove back a mountain road, and that was a dead end, and lucky enough was able to get the trailer turned around back out of there. But as we went up over Wolf Creek Pass, the snow started flying, and Vicky sure was enjoying it. The higher we went, the more scenic it got, and lucky enough, none of it was sticking on the highway, so the drive was no problem whatsoever. And enjoy the scenes as we climb Wolf Creek Pass. After crossing the Continental Divide there at Wolf Creek Pass, we stayed at Cool Sunshine RV Park in downtown Alamosa. Not a whole lot more than a parking lot. Got up the next morning, and before heading north, we decided to go south and visit a little town in Lahara and go down the street where my aunt and uncle and cousins lived years ago. And a little trip down memory lane. After the trip down memory lane, we headed north up through the San Luis Valley, which is 100 miles long and about 50 miles wide and slightly dished. And the scenery and the amount of distance that you can see is absolutely amazing. But we were heading for Canyon City, Colorado. While there in the Canyon City area, we stayed at Indian Springs Campground. Scenic little spot out in between two mountains, out in the middle of nowhere, but like I said, very scenic. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. Thanks for watching.